Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. You might have seen the last couple of days that I actually am back to Raid Shadow Legends, playing for at least 30 days, starting a new 30-day challenge pretty much, where I'm going to be trying to get Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. Now, as a part of that challenge, I noticed that there are some links, some promo codes that could be ideal, could be pretty perfect in order to power start your account, right? So if you're planning on making a brand new account, or like, if you're returning to Raid and you never had this account, or if you want to play Raid Shadow Legends for the first time, I have some tips that might be ideal in order for you to have the best possible start in this game. So let's start first off with the link, right? So there's a specific link that you can use that will give you some really good power starters. So the link are actually from Vulcan Games, right? Now, if you want to know what I'm talking about, well, if you go on YouTube on any of Vulcan Raid Shadow Legends' YouTube videos, you're going to see that in his description, he's going to have some links, right? So first of all, if you use the first link, right, that you see over here at the top, I'm going to post both of them, right, as well with this description. But if you use the first one, you get yourself Verges once you hit level 2, you get Eleanoril once you hit level 10, which is a legendary. Then at 20 you get Tug of War, and then at level 45 you get Deacon Armstrong. And then there's the other link over here that you see, you get 4 amazing epics. You start off with getting Muscly Mage at level 2, then you get Fane at level 10, then you get Tug of War at level 20, and then Deacon Armstrong at level 45. Now, this is the one that I would suggest, the first one, which I'm going to link. That's going to have, Verges, which is an amazing ally protector. Then you have Eleanoril, right, 3 legendary, that's poisons, that's HP burn. Tug of War, a good AoE reviver, healer plus increased speed, and obviously the King of Kings, Deacon Armstrong at level 25. Now, the reason why I believe the first one to be the better of the two is because, well, one of the main things that you want to do in Raid Shadow Legends is to get to Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss, specifically Demon Lord, right? You want to try to get to Demon Lord, to Ultra Nightmare 4 keys as soon as possible, because it gives you the best rewards, right? It has a chance for Sacred Shard, Legendary, Void Shards, all the best rewards are at Ultra Nightmare. So that's why this one's the first one, but it is the best in the situation with also using code, this is the promo code that we're going to talk about, but you can use the code DESERTQUEEN, which is going to give you Tuhanarak. Now, if I look at my account, for example, for my 30-day challenge, like I said, which has the goal to see, can I get to Ultra Nightmare in 30 days? I actually use that one, and you're going to see that this is the cool thing. Without doing any summons, right? I've not done any summons, I've not pulled anything. This is what I have, right? Kale, obviously the starter, which I still believe Kale to be the #1 starter choice, because he brings you poisons, he brings you, the reason why he's still better is not just because of the poison, but because of this one, right? His nuke has fills the thermometer every time you kill an enemy, which is better because none of the other starters have this one. This makes him better for wave content, and especially for the early stages of Spider, especially Spider 10, which is a little bit bugged, that has higher chance of giving, a huge chance to give 5-star, artifacts, right? That's what you want to get. That's why this one's good, right? Because every time he kills stuff, he gains more thermometer. Pair that with the mastery, this one over here, Cycle of Violence, they can reset his second skill. You pretty much almost every other turn you're gonna have the nuke ready, so Kale's still the best. But as you can see, without doing any summons, just by using certain codes, I have Tuhanarak, right, that uses the code DESERTQUEEN. I have Eleanoril from that link, I have Verges from that link, and then I have Tug of War from that link. But there's still more, right? The next thing that you see is gonna be Madame Serris, right? You can get a free Madame Serris by doing something interesting. So this was brought to my attention by I think it was Mihai, right? Shout out to Mihai. Thank you, one of the people from the community, when I did my live stream. Pretty much, in order to get this one, you have to use a certain link, right? That again, I'm gonna have the link in the description of the video. It's gonna be like, the link, then a dash, then says Madame Serris. Pretty much, I tried it on PC. I'm not 100% sure how or if it works on mobile or BlueStacks, but on PC with Play and Play, the way that I did it is I just clicked that link. I made sure I was logged out of my, any of the Play and Play ideas. I clicked on that link. Then, actually, I think I did on mobile. I clicked it on that link. I downloaded that on my phone. Then I logged into the account where I already used the link to get myself, Eleanoril Verges. And then once you log in, you should see that there's just a straight up pop-up that's gonna give you the epic and some rewards, right? It's gonna give you Madame Serris and some rewards. Let me show you exactly the picture which I shared when that was successful for me, it's gonna look something like this, right? Let me just open it. There we go. This is what it's gonna look like, right? If everything works fine, as soon as you log into the game, it should give you this, right? Booster pack with an epic book, 10 void shards, and then silver, and that should go into your inbox, right? When you're using the link, keep in mind that when you are using that link, if you hit level 2 and level 10 and you don't see that you get those heroes in the inbox, it means it didn't work. So make sure you just try that again. Maybe, I don't know, uninstall, play and play, then reinstall it if you want to get the perfect start. So that's one of the first things. Then the other thing that you can get is actually, right, with promo code is gonna be a bellower, right? You can actually get a bellower as well. Now I'm gonna have a list of promo codes that you can find on hellhades.com, right? I'm gonna put a link to Hellhades' website. That's the #1 resource for any details that you want, right? What gear you should get on heroes, how are they rated, where are they good and whatnot. I'm gonna have a link to his website, but I'm also gonna post all the promo codes that are kind of like available. I'm not sure if all of them are still gonna be working or some are limited to 48 hours, but it's pretty much, again, I'm gonna show you the list. This is kind of like the list from hellhades.com, right? These are the codes that you can use. I personally used Welcome Gift, which gives us Bellower, Void Bruise, Silver, and then 3 rare books, right? Because I really wanted to get Bellower. Now the next one I'm gonna try and use is gonna be 1 week gift. Keep in mind, whenever you go into the game, right, and you click over here on the left side, right, and you go to promo codes, you have a 24-hour cooldown. So once you use a promo code, only 24 hours after that you can use a second one. So again, day 1 I used Desert Queen in order to get Tuhanarak, and then day 2 I used the other ones. Now keep in mind, if you're planning to maybe play long term, right, not just for like a month or 2, if you're planning to continue, right, playing for 3, 6 months, a year, then I would say that maybe not using the Tuhanarak code, right, maybe don't use Desert Queen. You might want to use the code that gives you Supreme Galek, right? Because overall, for like endgame viability, Supreme Galek does bring a little bit more, right? AOE burn, block buffs, decreased speed, several hitters, double hit on the A1, a cool passive, attack in all battles, right? All in all, for endgame, he can be better, especially because, you know what, if you do choose Supreme Galek as the code instead of Tuhanarak, he can also be, I'm 99% sure he can be your campaign farmer. Instead of leveling up your rare, right, he can be your campaign farmer, which means it's going to be easier to get into 6-star first because, well, he's already level 50. So, yeah, I think that pretty much covered it, right? There's a lot of things also the game throws at us when you just, when you start the game. There's some cool packs. There's an apprentice pass over here that gives you some cool rewards. Lifesteal day 1. I think, I'm not sure if this one only works with the link that I told you about, or it works either way, but you know what, it's a pretty fun way to get you know, to get a power star to a new raid account. Now the one thing that I'm kind of like weird about is the fact that they actually don't give us that many shots, right? Like I've been playing for quite a bit. I only got 3 ancients, then I had that I already summoned, then I have 10 more ancients, 2 voids, and a sacred. So the way that the game gives you shards early on is a little bit kind of meh. However, if you have this power star, I'm not gonna lie, you're not gonna necessarily need to get some specific heroes. Like from my point of view, my first 6-star is gonna be Kale, then I'm gonna get Tuhanarak 6-star, and then I'm gonna get Verges, unless I pull something game changing, which, you know what, that's gonna be my video for tomorrow, right? Straight after I'm done with this, I'm gonna record doing these 10 ancients, these 2 voids, and the sacred, and see what I can get, right? Ideally, I would like Geomancer, because he is game changing, and then from the voids, honestly, they're not ideal, but I'm trying to get a Campton and maybe Honore Yasu, or maybe you know what, maybe I actually go for Leorius. Yeah, maybe I go for Leorius instead. He might be quirkier, especially because Leorius brings, if I'm not mistaken, a lead in all battles that gives you crit rate, right? Let me see. Yep, crit in all battles by 25%. So if I do somehow get lucky, that's gonna be cool, but that's gonna be tomorrow's video. So we're gonna leave it at this for now. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider liking it, subscribing to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.